Hello, Capricorn. It is your July reading. Um, we pretty much have your eclipse going on right now from July 4th to July 5th. A lot going on for you guys. This is your monthly reading. Do keep in mind this is general. It may not apply to all of you Capricorns, but those who feel that it associates with them. So we're getting into the cards of the month of July. It's already busy. It's like trying to get time in my busy life because I feel like all of a sudden my life just got really hectic and really busy. So I do apologize if these aren't on time. I think that's actually the first time that's ever happened, really. But anyways, let's get into your reading. For some of you, you could be moving. You could be in a transition of moving. You could be in the movement of a lot going on in your life that is really hard for you to discuss and manage and gather. Because we do have the hooded man and we have the wolf. So I do feel like there's a lot of pros and cons going on in your life, Capricorn. I do feel like there's a need to exit a situation. But I feel like for the most part, things are good. Things are coming together, whether it's something that you personally want to come together or you personally don't want to come together. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. The energies may differ. But I feel like this journey is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of inventory on your part to look at the pros and cons. But I do feel like you're on a journey when it comes to whether you're joining in a family scenario, whether you're coming together with a lover. I do feel like a lot of, I don't know why the word penetration came to my mind, a lot of quick change that maybe you didn't want to happen, but I feel like for the most part, Capricorn, it's coming together whether you like it or not. I do feel like there's a lot of observation you're looking at. There's a lot of intuitive guidance from your spirit animals, from those who know best for you. I do feel like it's going to help you get out of boredom, or you've been feeling this energy for some time. You're not just really ready to take action on it. But I feel like for the most part, you guys are done reliving the past or trying to figure out things, and I pretty much feel like it has to do with, inner knowing that maybe things don't have to look a certain way, but in some way they're coming together. I think the hardest thing for me is like we're moving, but it's not exactly the way that I want it to be, which that's part of life sometimes. Sometimes we get in situations where we just have to go with what's best, and or we're going to get left behind. So there's this need to take in the information. There's this need to realize that everything is for your highest good, whether sometimes you have to be with family or not, because of your finances, which is not a problem. I do feel like there's this difficult change, and I just feel like you're going to get through it. It may be worked on a little bit to arrange your surrounding the best way you like it, but for the ultimate thing, I feel like for the ultimate happiness you're looking for, I feel like you're gonna have to do what you have to do in a situation. Um, I do feel like the fox energy is here to let you know that, there can be some challenges here and there, but I don't think it's necessarily bad. I just feel like there's awareness that it's more about your pros and cons with the situation you're going through, whether it is a transition period, whether it's about getting out of your comfort zone. Maybe that's a lesson you're learning too, is like quick change coming in to help re-strategize your plan and to help you get onto the path that you need to get on. And I feel like for some time, Capricorn, you were wanting to make plans, you were wanting to take action on something. I feel like in some way the universe stepped in and is making things for you, because you're not making up your mind on how you want to move forward. That's what I feel like. That, it's time to take action, but I feel like at the same time it's time to sit with the idea, or sit with the thought that everything's not going to go the way that you want. And of any extent of Capricorn in your placement, like for me, I have a few Capricorn placements. Um, we're the type of people, we really don't want to depend on people, and that's really hard on us, because sometimes we feel like we want to be able to do things on our own. But if you look at it at the end of the day, Capricorn, sometimes you gotta bear through the pain of not always having things the way that you want them to. I do feel like for some of you Capricorns, you've had a lot of downloads come to you about knowing the actions and the choices that you need to make in your life. But at the same time, you've been in limbo so long that I feel like with this eclipse, it's making it for you. And that's really hard to tell Capricorn, in my opinion. I really feel sorry, and I feel the guilt with that, to know that for so long you held on to something that may have not been healthy. And it's not necessarily the relationship, it's something that in your life you could have acted on, but you never acted on it. And so now things are being made up for you. And it's really hard. It's really hard when you want things a certain way. You want control, most importantly. But yeah, things are definitely changing in whether it's your career. That's the first thing that came to my mind, in your home life. So do the best you can with it. um, all right, so what we have here is your love life, or first of all, your home life. What's going on in the month of July, and then your love life, and then how we're going to put it together. So basically here, what we have, Capricorn, in your home life, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of change, new changes for you. And I think you're still setting on the belief that you want things to stay the same. You've grown into this place that you're at, wherever that may be, a lot of old structures, old ideas. Maybe this is old ideas of how you see things, like a grandpa almost. And you kind of resisted the change at first, I feel like, Capricorn, but I feel like you're trying to accept the changes as best as you can to evolve as quickly as possible. I do feel like when it comes to your love life, there is transformation in that department. There is love coming to you, or is continuing here. I do feel like there's still a lot of work at play when it comes to your love life, when it comes to things that you're trying to work on together. I do feel like how it's going to come together um, is taking a step moment, enjoying and indulging on food or drinks, on those things that you enjoy, or friends or family. I think it's about seeing the magic within you, and not taking this change in your life too seriously. I do feel like there's a lot to be thankful for here. There's a lot to be grateful. Um, I just feel like, kind of what I was saying over here, I just feel like there's a lot of pros and cons, especially with the Fox energy. I don't think it's a necessary sneaky energy. So maybe if you're used to walking to work, you might have to rely on other people to take you to work, which is really hard. Um, like I said, I do feel like you'll get through this change. It's not going to last forever. Maybe it feels like it's going to last forever, but I do feel like that when it comes to the pieces in our life, sometimes we have to deal with the hardest transitions in our life, especially, I think it's harder on you, Capricorn, most importantly, because, all these retrogrades have been going on, all these eclipses, and it's really tough on you. But yeah, those are pretty much the messages I'm getting for you, Capricorns. I do wish you well and best, even though these changes for your life are pretty much difficult. Things aren't going to be the way they used to be. And, I feel like when it comes to changes in our lives, we have to look at them as, well, do we want to get left behind in this situation? There's really nowhere else for us to go. Or do we want to just keep pressing forward and realize that, tomorrow or today may look dark and cloudy, but tomorrow the sun is always shining. As long as you have a place to live, food to eat, clothes to wear, nice water to drink. I feel like, it's something to look at, to realize that you have everything you need. I just feel like it's getting out of your head, getting out of how life is supposed to look, and understanding that with these changes, you know, I was kind of thinking of like the one dude who running for president, Andrew Yang. He's a Capricorn. I bet he's really disappointed he didn't win, or he didn't go, or like he got out of the election or the race. I think there's reasons behind it. But I do feel like all our efforts are not put in vain. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. And I feel like about this time next year, maybe you'll win in this situation. Maybe things will start moving in the right direction for you. It could take a year or two to get things going. But don't be fearful of the changes. Accept the changes. Realize sometimes we have to deal with the harsher things in life the way that we don't want to, whether it is living with family again, whether in some type of organization, group, sector. Um, sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zone, and I think that's the lesson July is going to help you through, is realize that every ounce of loss could be a win in a situation. Because maybe there's some things in this situation that you didn't have. And, it's kind of a blessing, per se. I hate to say that. Even bad fortune sometimes is good. I just feel like there's always going to be something missing when it comes to something in your life. And I feel like the best thing you can do is push through the difficulties. Like for me, one of my biggest hiccups, and I'll close with this, is getting back to driving. Because I've been knowing it for a long time. I need to get back to driving. I need to get back to driving. Well, I never took action for that, and now it freaks me out because I literally have to depend on people to take me to work. Unless I want to walk an hour or two to work, which is going to be a pain in the ass, but it is what it is, and I'm trying to accept it as best I can, but it's making me realize, well, if I had a car, then I can easily take myself somewhere else. I can easily move wherever I want to. And yeah, sometimes it's It sucks having to deal with things. It sucks having to live with family again, or it sucks having to not have your own space of time. Anyways, I wish you guys the best. Bye bye.